In this video, we're going to be doing a full breakdown on a CFD Forex broker named GatesFX. Within this video, you're going to learn everything on the cost of spreads, their commissions, what type of accounts you can use, how and what you can withdraw and also deposit. You're going to learn if this is an unregulated or a regulated broker. You're going to also learn if this is a safe broker for you to trade, and also know if there's any bonuses that you can use to sign up. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. Now, coming into ForexPropRank with the broker, which the link will be down below, this is where you can see the actual spreads in the commissions for GatesFX. This is going to give you the average, because with GatesFX, the spreads can change dramatically, but this is around the average of what we believe and see that GatesFX charges when it comes to the instruments that you're trading. So for instance, if you are a trader that loves to trade commodities, I know like gold or oil or even silver, you can see that the quality of gold is good, excellent for silver, and excellent for oil. Same thing applies for Forex pairs. If you guys want to see more Forex pairs, all you can do is just hit view all, and it's going to show you more information about the spreads and also the commissions based on the type of account it is, rather if this is an ECN account or a standard account. And that leads me to my next part, which is the different trading accounts that they offer. Now with GatesFX, they have different accounts that you are able to select, and I'm going to walk you through which account makes sense for you. Now, if you're interested in their 100% deposit bonus, this basically means if you go ahead and sign with that link down there, you're able to, whatever you put in your account, rather if this is $1,000, they will match it with 100%. So your account will now be at $2,000. Same thing applies for a $10,000 account. It will now be $20,000. So if you're interested in that, then you can go ahead and try that out. That is through a trading platform called Trade Locker, which is something we will be talking about in a bit. Then also we have something called Raw ECN account. And then we have something else called Raw ECN account, which is at 1 to 500, and the other is at 1 to 1,000. Now, what is the difference between the two? Well, it's very simple. If you put in $1,000 into your account and you're trading a 1 to 1,000, you have more leverage to play with your account balance. Rather than if you're dealing with a 1 to 500, you have more than leverage that you will with the 1 to 1,000 leverage on your account. So this really just depends on the type of trader you are. If you feel like you are a high risker and you just don't know how to obey your own rules, go to 1 to 500. But if you feel like you know what you're doing and you all for it, 1 to 1,000 is by far the best. And then we have STP, which is known as straight through processing. So this is very self-explanatory, meaning when you get in a trade, it's going to execute a lot faster than you probably will see with like a raw account. The cool thing about a raw account is you have less markdowns to no markdowns, meaning that you're getting whatever the actual price is from that liquidity provider through the broker. So that is another cool thing to think about when you're trying to open one of these accounts. Now, going into their actual platform is very self-explanatory, and we're just going to do this. When you open an account, you will basically select whatever you want. So we're just going to go ahead and select the 100% deposit bonus. We're just going to hit continue, and then we're going to hit continue. And then as you guys see, I currently have my account. Now, how you deposit funds into this is very simple. You go to up top, they should have an icon here that says deposit funds. You click that, and then all you're going to do is select the wallet that you want to have it deposit to, and then you get to select crypto. Now, the thing about putting money into your GatesFX account is they only allow you to do it through crypto. So that basically means, let's say you have a Bitcoin wallet with Binance or Coinbase or Cash App or Kraken or whatever, you will have to sit money there. And then from that actual crypto wallet, you send it straight to your GatesFX crypto wallet. So what I mean by that is, let's say we want to choose either Ethereum, TXR, USDT, or Bitcoin. So we're just going to go ahead and do Bitcoin, hit continue, or we have to enter our amount. So let's say we decide to do $500 and then hit continue, and then we hit continue. We are now given this address. So all we have to do is copy this, and then from Coinbase, Binance, or whatever it is you're using, you paste that there. They're going to ask you, where are we sending this money to? And you have this address. That is where that money is getting sent to. So within minutes, it takes literally up to almost an hour, not even, to see it in your actual account. So that's a really cool thing that I like about GatesFX. Now, once you have the actual account, you will be using a platform called Trade Locker. Cool thing about Trade Locker is they have a mobile version for the Androids, iPhones, and also there's a web version. I've been using TradeLocker for quite some time, as I am a trader myself that's been trading for over 6 years. And I find that TradeLocker is very innovative in a way where they have a lot of cool features that a lot of these older platforms like MT4, MT5 does not have. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and show you how that whole process works. So of course, once you sign up through GatesFX, you have the ability to use TradeLocker. You do get a lot of low spreads when it really comes to the commodities and also the Forex pairs, like your major Forex pairs, which is your Euro USD, USD Yen, and so forth. And then you also have your exotic pairs, which could be a little bit more pricier than what it is for the actual major pairs. But once again, you can come over here to ForexPropRank and see what the average is for that actual pair. And then if at any time you feel like you want to learn more about the actual pair that you like trading, you can type it in here and search your actual asset, and then it will give you the best spread pricing based off of the firm. So that's another cool feature for you guys. Now going back here, like I said, you pretty much have your buy and sell, which will be here. The market is close, so I can't really show you too much here. But one thing I do want to mention about TradeLocker that I really like, let's say you are a risker and you are more of a mathematical guy that likes to calculate risk. Before, we used to use manual calculators, rather if this is the magic keys, or you used to go online to figure out the pip amount that you want to calculate based off your lot sizes and blah, blah, blah. But the cool thing that they do is they have a risk calculator built in. So what this means is, let's say you want to get in a trade. Before you get in a trade, you can actually go to the risk calculator and say, I'm only looking and interested to risk 2% on this trade. And it's going to automatically get you a stop loss and get you a take profit and also set your lot size. And I think by far that is one of the most coolest features they have in the platform. And it's very intuitive in a way for you to just drag and drop, and then you're all set and good to go. Now, is GatesFX safe? So since GatesFX is a new broker, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not safe. One thing I will say as we talk with the actual team is that they're working on regulating this broker. However, I'm not sure if it's going to be regulated in the States, because that will require a lot more work to be done. But they did mention that in a few months, we are going to be regulated. Whether this is going to be in Australia or Canada or whatever it is, they did mention regulations is coming. So that could be a great thing. Now, since we have our own community inside of ForexPropRank.com, what I want you to do is, if you had any experiences with any of these brokers, especially GatesFX, love for you to go into our site, and from here you enter in your review, rather if this was a good experience or a bad experience. We would appreciate that, because once again, we have traders checking out this site. This is going to help our community and help you out later down the road, especially for those that's looking to get into a new broker or switch brokers or just whatever the case may be. They will be able to see those reviews here. So that's something that I would appreciate. Now, that being said, let's talk about the pros and let's talk about the cons. Now, the pros for GatesFX is you're able to deposit little as $25 if you're ready to get started with GatesFX. Another pro is they have a high leverage. We're talking a leverage up to 1 to 1,000. And then you also have another pro where you're able to get a 100% sign-on bonus if you're interested in trading TradeLocker. Now, if you're in the States of the USA, unfortunately, you're not able to use one of the well-known trading platforms, which is MetaTrader 5. But yes, if you're outside of the States, you're actually able to use MT5, which you'll be able to see that in the back end. If you're in the States, don't even think about it. They're not even going to display it to you. But besides that, let's now talk about some of the cons. So one of the cons is, yes, this is at the moment unregulated broker in the States. If you are outside of the States and if you're looking interest in the regulations that they're bringing upon, absolutely, that this will be a big bonus for you. Another con is, yes, this is a new broker, but that does not mean too much as far as, oh, this is bad, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to, do I get my money and how do I withdraw my funds? And yes, it is as simple as depositing your funds. The same way you do that is the same way you withdraw your funds, which is through crypto. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what we do here at ForexPropRank, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Other than that, if you want the 100% sign-on bonus, you can go ahead and get that and check out more information on our site. Other than that, I appreciate you. Solo from ForexPropRank.com. Take care.